Kirby Smart is one happy dude right now. And I'll be honest, that's something that I don't really get to say very often, mainly because Kirby Smart is not one to really hype his team up in front of the media. But last week, right when Georgia began their fall camp, their fall practice, you could see something different about Kirby Smart. He is ready for this season to get going. He's ready to start fall practice. And I think he knows he really does have a really good team in front of him. I keep saying really, but that's where we're at right now. This team is really young. They're really hungry. They're really talented. And you can tell that Kirby Smart is ready to get things going. Here's what he had to say to open up his press conference with the media last week, the day of Georgia's first padded fall camp practice. He said, "This is year 10 for us, and I'm really pleased with the offseason work ethic of this team and the summer program. We had some outstanding testing numbers that I'm really excited about for our guys. We did traditional combine, and then we also did some more non-impact cardio. We're trying to get guys in shape without putting mileage on some of their feet." Now, this is the time of the season where I think it might be Kirby Smart's favorite. He gets all of his guys together for camp, and this is where he gets to push his team, and that's what he loves to do. He loves pushing not only his players, but he loves to push his staff to the best of their ability. This is where he finds, okay, who are going to be the leaders of this team. I think I know, but we don't really know who's going to lead this team and emerge as one of the team's better players until they get through fall camp. It's gritty, it's tough, there's nothing fun about it, but this is where the team grows. They work on themselves, they get to know each other, work on camaraderie, and that's something that Kirby Smart has said many times in the past. Hey, we want to feel connected. They do the skull sessions. They get to know each other's why they're playing, why they pick Georgia, what their life's goals are, not only, for the season, but for the rest of their lives. And that's where these guys just kind of grow with each other. And you've seen it work out for them in the past. So this is where Kirby Smart is at his happy place to coach his team in his own way and to push his guys and to see who's going to get pushed to their limit and stay on their feet, right? And continue to grow and learn and develop. This is the process. This is the time of the year where guys do get better day after day after day. At fall camp, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse, and you better get better. And this is where Kirby Smart loves to push his guys as much as possible. He knows there's a tough season right around the corner. They need to get ready, and he talks a lot about getting in condition. There's going to be a lot of fourth quarter games. There were plenty last year, more than 23, obviously more than 22 and 21, and we're probably going to see more of that this year. I mean, Texas, they get them in Athens, probably going to be a four-quarter game. Florida could be a four-quarter game. Tennessee, I mean, so on and so on. Alabama, Ole Miss, Georgia Tech, they're going to get pushed for four quarters for many games this fall, and this is where he gets his guys into shape, and he puts it in them all the time. Hey, you're not working for right now. You're working for the fourth quarter in September on Saturday night when the entire college football world is watching. So he's excited for this part of the season. He also talked about how healthy they were, and I know he's excited about that. You've probably heard this quote many times, and you've probably read this already on dawgpost.com. That's the place to be if you're a Georgia fan. That's where the five-star Georgia fans are. And I'm not just saying it because I work there, but it is the truth. The most intelligent Georgia fans are on Dawg Post, reading our stories, watching these videos every single day. So you are a five-star Georgia fan. But he said, quote, "We're probably the healthiest we've been starting into a camp in terms of looking at the last 5 years and in terms of guys who were out or were limited with soft tissue injuries." Now, there were a lot of guys who missed spring practice, weren't able to compete at G-Day, but most of those guys are ready, and they're ready to get after it in fall camp. So he knows this is about as healthy as they've been 1 month before the season as they've been in many, many years. Now, guys are going to get banged up. It's football. You're playing in the SEC. You're playing against the big boys week in, week out. Guys are going to get banged up. But again, this is where the second string guys can continue to learn and solidify their spot as, hey, maybe I'm not a starter, but I showed enough for the coaches in fall camp to be the next guy up, the first linebacker in, right? The first offensive lineman in, the next defensive lineman, the next cornerback, right? These guys have to be ready. Right now, they're healthy. You can't expect to be healthy all season long, though. But again, he goes back to we're young. He keeps reminding everyone how young this team is. So I don't know if that's something he can play back on. When they lose their first game, I don't think this team's going undefeated. It's just too tough. I don't think anyone's going undefeated anytime soon. But when they trip up that first game, I guarantee you he's going to come back around to this and say, well, we are young, right? We are young. We talked a lot about that in media days, but we are hungry. And he's got guys on the team, on the roster that haven't, played a ton yet, but have this big opportunity in front of them. And I think that he knows these guys who are hoping to earn those starting roles, guys that maybe didn't play a ton last year or in their first year, these second, third year players are better than people think because we haven't seen much of them. So I think deep down, he is happy with the talent and the culture that he has built right now. I know they continue to have the offseason struggles, but we're talking about right now in fall camp. He loves where they're at. I think behind the scenes, he won't say that, but this was about as positive of an update as you could ask for Kirby Smart going into fall camp. Now, this could all change, right? The next time we talk to him, he could, talk about how they're not ready and they're weak here. They've got to get better here. He might get on the media for hyping guys up too much. So we don't know how he's going to be in the next media session. But last week, you could tell that he was eager and he was hungry himself to get out there. He talked about, putting the puzzle together. And that's one of the things he loves most about this job. Guys leave, you have to replace them with that puzzle piece. And he's putting it all together, trying to get the best 5 guys on the field in the trenches all over the place, right? Which wide receiver is going to emerge? Which young tight end is going to climb up the depth chart? Running back, quarterback, offensive tackle. There's so many question marks still all over this team. And Kirby Smart says, I love that part of the job is putting the guys in, putting the entire puzzle together, and one that we hope can go out and win championships. So there's a lot of positions up for grabs. He's excited about that. He said, we're hungry. We've got a team that's fun to coach. And he loves that because he gets after them on the practice field. So we've got a team that's fun to coach. We go out to practice each day and they've been enthusiastic. They've been out there working out and just doing all the things that you ask. And if you're a coach, that's all you can ask is to get these guys to learn. And he said about multiple players, Elijah Griffin, the freshman, being one of them. You don't have to tell this guy something twice. You tell them once. They learn from it. And if that can happen across all the position groups and across the entire roster, guys learning something one time and getting it done, right? Improving, this team is going to get really, really good in a hurry. I think this is already a really good team. And I know I've used that word about 50 times already, but, it is reality. This team could be a lot better than people think because a lot of people, I think, are, I don't want to say hating on the Dogs, but there's a lot of doubt. I think that's from the national media. I think people who cover this team like myself and Dean and Ryan and others, we know the talent on this roster, but there's plenty of people who doubt this team. And I think Kirby knows that, and he's going to use it as fuel. The players know it. People are doubting Gunnar Stockton. They're doubting the defense. It is a new team. This is probably the least, we know about a team heading into the season in 5-6 years because there's so many new faces. A lot of freshmen, a lot of transfers, guys transferring out, guys transferring in. So it is a little tougher to know how good this team is going to be compared to other years, but I still think they're going to be very, very good. They are going to compete for an SEC championship until the very end. I do think this is a playoff team, probably an easy playoff team. And I think they're going to have an opportunity to win everything in front of them. He said the biggest goals for camp are developing mental and physical toughness. That's something he says every year. And, going back to, hey, guys, we're going to be in some 4-quarter wars. You have to be physically ready to make plays late in the 4th quarter when you're tired and beat up, but you also have to be there mentally. And we saw that the team was mentally there throughout, the season last year. Comeback win over Tennessee. They got down early to Florida, came back and won. The Georgia Tech game, they were dead. They were mentally and physically the tougher team, and they won that game. So we know this team has it in them, the culture, the DNA. They know what it takes to win. And again, it's all about playing to a standard. And he's going to make sure that they earn it and practice to a standard in fall camp. This is where Kirby Smart is at his best. This is where he gets the most out of his players, and this is where he learns the most about his team. I think it's through, especially this upcoming week and and more after that. But this is where guys emerge, become leaders, and this is where Kirby gets to push his guys as hard as he can. And if he does that, I think we're going to see some big time results this fall. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. You can read more about this over on dawgpost.com. Make sure you're doing that. Again, thanks for watching. I'll see you over on the website.